Hi and welcome. It's good to see you on this winter day up here in the Northern Hemisphere where I live. January's been Januarying, let's just put it that way. And one of my favorite ways to break out of the winter doldrums is to pick up a book that I'm not usually accustomed to reading. That is something weird or unusual or has a bizarre story, a different plot, or in this case, some characters that are not exactly human beings. Without further ado, let's go. The one book that I've been hearing a lot about on BookTube lately is called Shark Heart. And this is as it says, a love story. It's a couple who the husband is diagnosed with a rare disease which actually causes him to slowly morph into a shark. I have not read this yet. I plan to. It's on my winter TBR. Like I said, I think it'll be a good book to shake me out of my complacency. I tend to read a lot of literary fiction and with more serious subject matter. So I'm really looking forward to this because it seems like it'll be just a lighthearted romp mixed in with some sentimentality and maybe some humor. Also, can we just have a moment for this cover art, which I think is quite stunning. So there's this one that I have not read yet. I plan to very soon. The next book I want to talk about is one that I read back in September, I believe. It's called The Axeman's Carnival by Catherine Chidgey. This book features the main character, which is a magpie named Tama. Tama is rescued by a woman named Marnie and her husband, well, not her husband exactly. He doesn't particularly care for birds or animals, but the wife finds this fledgling magpie, adopts it, rescues it from starvation, and raises it as a pet in their home. And so the magpie is the narrator of this story. He witnesses a lot of things in the house as there is some domestic violence that happens, and you get his monologue from his point of view. Now, the Axeman's Carnival itself is an event that takes place in the small community where they live, and the plot kind of propels us toward the eventual climax of the story, which happens at this carnival. Without spoiling anything, I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed this. I love magpies, actually. I have a ton of them around where I live. I think they're highly intelligent animals. They're a lot of fun to watch, and this was a really enjoyable read for me. So I hope you check it out if you're so inclined. The next book I want to talk about that I just finished reading in December, it's called Beautyland by Marie-Helene Bertino. This book is a coming-of-age story based on the life of an alien who is born here to a human mother. And it sounds strange, but we do follow her entire life from birth all the way. Like I said, it's a coming-of-age story. It's very different than anything else I've ever read. I have seen a couple other people talking about this one on BookTube, and it's just so well written, so original. It is funny, it is heartbreaking. It's a very human story about feeling other, feeling like you don't belong, feeling like you are an alien in your own life, even though this is literally, she is from somewhere else. We do get the feeling that maybe that's not the case. The story morphs and changes as you go, and you're not sure exactly where it's going to end up or how this author is going to wrap up the story, but it is so compulsively readable, so propulsive, so beautifully told. I just absolutely love this book, and I would recommend it particularly to anyone who enjoyed Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro, which came out a couple of years ago now, I think. This is kind of similar in tone, although the characters and plot obviously are very different. This is a great book to take you right out of your comfort zone. If you're used to just mostly reading literary fiction or classics or books of a more traditional nature, I would highly recommend this. It will make you think, it will make you feel, it might make you a little bit uncomfortable, which is always where growth happens. So yeah, check it out if you're so inclined. Beautyland by Marie-Helene Bertino. Again, beautiful cover art too. I love purple, obviously. So yeah, Highly recommend that one. And my current book is called Pearly Everlasting by an author named Tammy Armstrong. I have never read anything by this author before, so this is a new to me author, and I think she's a first-time novelist, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but this story focuses on, first of all, it's set in the early 20th century in New Brunswick in a small logging community, I believe, where they have camps set up for workers and so on. And we meet this family. The daughter's name is, well, there's two daughters. One of them is named Ivy, and then there's a baby that's born. And at the very same time that this baby is born, her mother, or her father rather, finds an orphaned bear cub in the woods. They end up adopting this bear cub, it's a black bear, and raise it in their little cabin in the middle of nowhere in the deep woods. It's a very nature-centric story. It's very bizarre, the personification of animals and vice versa. This little bear cub is raised as the narrator is a little girl. I'm sorry, I forget her name right now. Anyway, she refers to the bear as her brother, because her twin brother, even though she's human and it's not. She has that bond with him as if they were actual siblings. And her name, actually, how stupid that I forgot her name because it's the title of the book. Pearly is her name, Pearly Everlasting. Pearly and the bear Bruno grow up together, and we get to see all the struggles of 1918 and onward of just surviving in the deep woods and what life was like for those people. So there is some reality mixed in with the magical, mystical, fairy tale-like vibe of this book. If you like reading nature stories, like I said, it's kind of an adult fairy tale. It does require some suspension of disbelief because like I said, the bear is treated like a human, but then there are also aspects where he is acting like an actual bear, so you get that dose of reality mixed in every now and then. It's not a complete flight of fancy. It's just realistic enough to draw you in and keep you wanting to know what these people are doing, and you get invested very quickly in the characters and the plot. Very immersive read, great for a chilly winter day, or like I said, the point of this video, just to read outside your comfort zone, take you away. It's very transportive, and again, beautiful cover art here. Pearly Everlasting. This is my current read. I'm not very far into it so far. I'm probably about 40-ish pages in, loving it. Really enjoying the story, and I have no idea where she's going with this story. Oftentimes I find that I'm better off to not read the synopsis of a book and just dive right into it. Sometimes I find that a synopsis is really inaccurate and does not give you an accurate overview of the book or what it's about. So in this case, I think that definitely applies. I would go into this book blind and just start reading. It's really well done. I can say that for the other books I mentioned as well. Beautyland, The Axeman's Carnival. If you love magpies, you're gonna love this one. And then my future read, Shark Heart, a love story, which is by Emily Haybeck, pardon me. So yeah, those are my reading plans. My books that break me right out of a slump, get me out of the January doldrums, what have you. And I'd love to know what you're reading. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.